Hi everyone, it is now October 27, 2019. More evacuations, more power outages. Yes, the winds kicked up to, well, the highest that I saw was 93 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour, Northern California. Hurricane winds? Really? Okay. And nobody is questioning this. Well, here we go, an update on Northern California, as well as another area that is getting so little attention, it is really remarkable. Baja, California. Okay, first, Northern California. This is it. Well, they sure do put it in your face, right? They sure do put it in your face. Wildfire is coming. Is your home ready? Readyforwildfire.org. Cal Fire. Because these fires are deliberate. Well, we all know it. Unfortunately, the majority of those around us don't. So, did you notice the flames? White, orange, salmon. Why is this fire so incredibly hot? The temperatures of wildfires are around 800 Celsius, 1,472 Fahrenheit. Why are we seeing these fires that, if you watch the news, if you watch video of these wildfires, not just this one, but the wildfires last year, 2 years ago, they burn so incredibly hot, it is phenomenal. So, when you have these lemon yellow, yellow, bright yellow, white, glowing white, what is making these fires so hot? Is it the incendiary substances that they're spraying? The aluminum, the barium, the lithium? I'm just going to go through some information. Santa Rosa has been evacuated. I keep thinking about Deborah Tavares and her family, as well as everybody in these areas. I don't want anybody to get the impression that I only care about Deborah Tavares, because that's not true. But, you know, it is true that when you actually know someone, though I've never, it's not like I know Deborah, I only know her from videos. It's hard to watch this. It's hard to watch this kind of devastation over and over again. You know, subscribers getting screwed. How many subscribers have I known who have lost their homes in fires in California? And then the floods also. So, yeah, it gets really, really hard. And, you know, it's when you know what people are going through, when you've spoken to subscribers or corresponded with subscribers, you know what they're going through. They're suffering the consequences of what is absolutely a war. And then you go about your day, you know, you're thinking about them, and you just come across people who just don't give a shit about anything. It's hard. You know, you really have to work very hard to keep yourself balanced and just deflect the idiocy, the stupidity, the lack of care that you're seeing in people, the immaturity. But you know why more and more people are suffering the consequences, because you are surrounded by people, and you know that you think about all of the comments that you've gotten throughout the years. People leaving, you guys leaving comments telling me you can't get through to anybody. Nobody cares in your life. And it is very upsetting. And when you have no outlet for all of these feelings, well, sometimes it comes out in the videos that you post. You know, your tone of voice, and I apologize for that, but I don't, even if I wanted to hide how I feel about what's going on, I just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do it.
Meters away, watching nervously from their deck, Heidi and Mike Moody.
It was like Armageddon out here last night.
Last night, this fire spread all the way to their backyard.
What's it been like with the fire so close? It's scary. I mean, last night we thought for sure we were going to lose this place, but the water dropping helicopters saved it.
Some of their neighbors weren't as lucky. High winds and dry air have sparked several major fires across California. Tens of thousands are under evacuation orders, but the Moody's decided to stay.
We slept down in our field in their trailer because the fire it's still burning down below us here.
They're also among the hundreds of thousands of Californians without power, as utilities shut off electricity to prevent downed lines from sparking fires. But in at least one case, those precautions may have failed. In rural Sonoma County, the massive Kincade Fire burns out of control, growing at a rate of about 30 football fields a minute. Dozens of buildings have been destroyed. Now the state's largest utility company admits a power line broke in the area and at the time the fire started.
The transmission line was not among the lines we de-energized in Sonoma County. We still, at this point, do not know exactly what happened.
This is the second major planned blackout in 2 weeks, and officials warn the forecasted high winds mean there will likely be more this weekend, affecting as many as 2 million people.
Okay, so PG&E once again steps in to take responsibility in the middle of the fire this time because, well, one reason I speculate is they want to clamp down on all of the people talking about directed energy weapons, the deliberate creation of these fires. They want PG&E to be the scapegoat. And considering that they've been the scapegoat now for deadly, devastating fires, Camp Fire, now they're taking responsibility for this fire. Well, it's just too big to fail, right? It's too big to fail. Everybody should be outraged at PG&E, and I wish that you could just turn off PG&E, cancel, your contract with them, and get another provider for that electricity. But it's too big to fail. Monopolies used to be broken up in our country. They are no longer broken up because this is exactly what they want. They want too big to fail. So this is all you have. This is it. And it's not going to get any better. I saw an article threatening weather coming this week as well. So you may have more power outages later on this week.
The Moody's are dreading nightfall, scanning the valley, looking for the return of that baleful orange glow. While right below them, the firefighters vanish from sight into the billowing smoke. Kimber.
Okay, let me go through this. So 2 million Californians without power and 180,000 ordered to evacuate amid wildfires. 2 million. Wow. Okay. Largest evacuation ever in the Sonoma County. If you want to keep up to date with these fires, the Press Democrat does a good job. So, nearly 90,000 people ordered to flee potential path of Kincade Fire, and that was last night. Fire crews dig in for the windy night battling. Okay. at 8:10 a.m. Let me refresh this just to see if they have any more. Yes, they do. Okay. So, oh, it starts at 10:20 p.m. Well, they closed Highway 101 between a lane and a road due to thick smoke. Yeah, and when you realize that there are so few roads for people to get out of these areas, and they're closing these roads, you're looking at major gridlock. So at 9:20 a.m., SMART has canceled all train service for Sunday due to the shutdown of many local traffic signal systems related to PG&E's outage. None of its 5 northbound or 5 southbound trains will be operating. Santa Rosa City Bus canceled service Sunday, 8:40 a.m. There are more evacuation centers open. Parts of Santa Rosa have been evacuated. Evacuation centers open in Napa and Alameda counties. Man, God, this is really... So they had 11% containment last night, which dropped early this morning back down to 10%. 30,000 acres have been burned, and 79 structures with another 14 damaged. They're saying only 31 homes have been burned. So here, the Santa Rosa Fire Department, their page, new mandatory evacuations, 5 a.m. this morning for the city of Santa Rosa. All areas west of Highway 101, north of Highway 12, all areas east of Highway 101 and north of Steel Lane, Lewis Road, Shanate, I don't know, Road, Montecito Avenue, Montecito Boulevard. And they had evacuations from the city of Santa Rosa last night as well. This Twitter page, Kincade Fire, is a good, it's putting out a lot of information. There are other Kincade Twitter pages that are spelled differently, but this is the one that has the most recent information. Kincade Fire. Kincade Fire. Satellite shows it's growing. And this is ongoing. This is not stopping. This is going to go into tomorrow. And then they're claiming that you're going to get high winds again in the middle of the week. Wineries have been burned to the ground. There's apparently a very well-known winery that has literally been gutted overnight. Here are homes and wineries being destroyed. And you know what? My memory is really going. What is the channel name of the guy that was posting all of the videos on the fires, pointing out all of the anomalies? I cannot remember the channel name. I've been looking at other channels to see if they're posting any updates, and I don't see any. In my research on YouTube, all I get. I've got to scroll pages and pages to get outside of the authoritative sources, mainstream media. That's all I'm seeing. Mainstream media, mainstream media, mainstream media. And you know they're ditching the truth. It's incredible. This is an incredible time that we are living. And it needs to be faced very seriously. It needs to be taken very seriously. But I look at what's happening in this country, and every single day I see more and more and more getting destroyed. So these are very hot fires, and I'm sure there are a lot of anomalies that, well, that's really hot right there. See the white, the salmon colored flame? Those are very hot fires. It is so incredibly, it's just painful to look at this over and over and over again. So where is this? What was that? Let's see. What is this? Well, this is Baja, California. All right, what is going on here? Why are we not hearing about this fire? The scale of this fire is just like Kincade. 200 homes destroyed, 4 people dead, and we hear almost nothing about this fire that is going on at the exact same time as the Kincade Fire. But the Kincade Fire, that, even the Tick Fire got, shadowed under the Kincade Fire. Tick Fire, Kincade Fire, this fire in Baja, California, and across the border in Mexico, these fires have been unbelievably destructive, and we hear nothing about it. So, it's, this is a Twitter page for this fire. You know, you have the same script going on, the same signatures, the same. These fires over and over again. You know, if people knew that they were happening simultaneously, maybe they would question, maybe. But we get like no one questioning Yeah. What's up with this massive fire in Baja, California? Somewhere southeast of Rosarito. Oh, God, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Looks larger than the Kincade Fire in only a few hours. And I noticed that on satellite pages. Guadalupe was threatened. I don't know what is happening. If any of you have additional information about this fire, then please leave a comment below. Look at the amount of smoke that fire is causing. 200 homes destroyed. 4 dead. And no one's talking about this fire. So, and then I think about all of the wildlife, all of the people who are just traumatized, having lost everything. Fire cleanup begins in Tijuana while firefighters continue battling blazes in Ensenada, in Tecate, I don't know. At least 8 fires swept across 4 Baja California cities Friday. 8 fires, damaging or destroying hundreds of homes and buildings, and killing at least 3 people. Well, it was updated to 4. This is the strongest Santa Ana wind-related fires ever to strike Baja California in its history, due to the number of cities and houses affected and the number of people. And please, I'm not talking to you guys, but anybody who comes across my channel, could you please start questioning, why is it that all of this is happening simultaneously? You have historic winds. You're really just gonna believe? You're going to believe all of the liars. It's climate change. There was a drought. It's very dry. Now, I read an article, and I can't find it now. This article, they were talking about how the humidity was going to be zapped out of the air in the Sonoma County, the Kincade Fire area. Oh, they're going to zap it out. Frequencies can zap out humidity. You know, everything about life has changed. So you would think that people would begin to question what's going on. Okay, we've got Gwen towers all over the place. We've got Doppler radar all over the place. We've got cell phones, towers all over the place. They emit very dangerous frequencies. These frequencies can dry out areas. The frequencies can cause historic winds. We have so much evidence that directed energy weapons are used. And last year, I'm still remembering, campfire. After the campfire, wow, so many people were posting videos on directed energy weapons used in that campfire, showing all of the evidence. The mainstream media started posting articles on how directed energy weapons, well, the conspiracy theorists are, ahead of themselves, because directed energy weapons are still in the research stage. That's what Donald Rumsfeld said in 2001. If you remember that video. And if you don't remember it, here it is.
Can I ask you a question about some of the technology that you're developing to fight the war on terror, specifically directed energy and high-powered microwave technology? When do you envision that you can weaponize that type of technology?
Goodness.
It is in, for the most part, the kinds of things you're talking about are in varying early stages. Do you want to do anything you add?
I don't think I would add much. I think they are in early stages and probably not ready.
You think they are in early stages? You think General Richard Myers? Are you friggin' kidding me? You think. You don't even know? Well, directed energy weapons were being used long before this press conference. In the Gulf War, they've been used in the Iraq War. They're used all the time. There's so much evidence that I posted on, that so many people have posted on, military documents, and still, mainstream media will put out this blatant lie that it's still in the research stage. Well, guess what? I wish I had a date on this, but it was early in 2001, I believe. Well, now it's 2019. Really? You come across these articles, these bullshit, lying sacks of crap journalists who post the lies. Directed energy weapons, they're still in the research stage. No. They're out of the research stage. They're in use, only being perfected.
For employment at this point.
In the normal order of things, when you invest in research and development and begin a developmental project, you don't have any intention or expectations that one would use it.
Bullshit! All right, so a lot of people claim that it's all of the poisons, Carol. It's all of the frequencies, Carol. It's, you even post on all of the frequencies, how they can warp our minds. And this has been going on in our country from the beginning. We have been the people of the lie. We speak lies and we accept lies, and that's how we roll. And this back in 2001, no. We didn't have we certainly didn't have all of these frequencies in use. We still had food that actually sustained our health. And this guy, oh my God, did we even, get outraged by this guy saying the most absurd things? Well, we spend millions and billions of dollars to research and to experiment, but we don't have, any intention of using it. Yeah, so you're just wasting taxpayer money? My God, the idiocy that we've been listening to has been far longer than just the recent years.
On the other hand, the real world intervenes from time to time, and you reach in there and take something out that is still in a developmental stage, and you might use it. So your question's not answerable. It depends on what happens in the future and how well things move along the track, and whether or not someone feels it's appropriate to reach into a development stage and see if something might be useful, as was the case with the unmanned aerial vehicles.
But he's not willing to experiment.
I think that's the point, and I think that we have, from the beginning of this conflict, I think General Franks has been very open to looking at new things if there are new things available, and has been willing to put them into the fight even before they've been fully wrung out. And I think that's not referring to these two particular cases of directed energy or high-powered microwave. But
a little nervous there. A little nervous. Look at this. I'm sweating on the neck. My collar is a little bit too tight because lying. Watch the behavior and watch the body language from these psychopathic nut jobs. Directed energy weapons are in use. I want to again point out Deborah Tavares and Matt, who is a former fire captain, interviewed by Kerry Cassidy, yesterday on the fires. Deborah Tavares in Santa Rosa, Matt also in the area where the fires are, and Matt, this former fire captain, is talking about how these fires are not natural. These fires are, well, something that firefighters have never seen before. And you're not going to hear this on mainstream media. So I'll link below to everything. I also want to point out this interview, Paradise Lost, 2 California fire captains interviewed by supposedly Shelley. They talking about directed energy weapons, 2 former fire captains. And yeah, I'll play just a few minutes of this video. You can check out that there's still quite a lot of videos on YouTube regarding the use of directed energy weapons in these fires. This is a playlist, and there's plenty of playlists, there's plenty of videos, so there's no excuse for people refusing to do the just watch. The research has been done by people. All you have to do is sit and listen. There's no excuse, but if you don't look into it, then you are simply somebody who is complicit with all of this destruction, and you are, well, part of the evil. You allow the evil to continue rolling along, taking out an awful lot of people and life and animals, and that's not okay. You really have to look at yourself. If this is, you know, I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm just at my wit's end. I will end with, this is a repost of Chico and Debbie Jimenez. It's also Truth Unveiled 777. Okay.
We are absolutely furious about the California fires. Why are we furious about the fires? Because they are not natural fires. They are a part of the Agenda 21 or the Agenda 2030 depopulation plan. If you don't know what this plan is, then you need to get busy researching this evil plan for yourself. Last year we made a video exposing PG&E and their smart meters being the direct cause of some of the fires in California. We attributed the rest of the fires to DO or direct energy weapons. Since that time, PG&E has accepted responsibility for the fires, but not by way of smart meters. They will never admit that. I will put a link to this video in the description box. It explains a lot. Their admission only says they have faulty power lines. This admission came in order that their next plan of attack could be put into place, and people that really don't know what's going on will accept it and move on. Their next plan of attack was cutting power. With PG&E's admission of faulty power lines, they now supposedly have legitimate reasons for turning off the power. They're supposedly trying to prevent fires, or at least according to their false narrative. A direct energy weapon, for those who don't know, is what the U.S. military calls a DO. The signatures of DOs being used are random fires starting at the same exact time or nearly the same time. Some homes will burn while their neighbors remain untouched. Homes and all of their contents, including porcelain toilets, melt or vaporize, while plastic garbage cans nearby are untouched. Trees remain untouched right next to a burning house. When trees do burn, they burn from the inside out. Cars burn and literally melt, tires, rims, and all. Yet, for the most part, trees in these so-called forest fires are never touched. A direct energy weapon is a microwave energy weapon mounted on the tip of Air Force or other military.
And it doesn't have to be mounted on planes. It's mounted, they can drive around with trucks with directed energy weapons on those trucks.
military planes. The weapons cook objects like an ant in a magnifying glass, totally vaporizing their targets. Agenda 2030 land grabs are needed for California's high-speed rail system, as well as to make way for the UN Biodiversity Red Zone map, which will turn most of the U.S. into off-limits to human use. These fires are clearing the path for these things to happen. You don't have to believe us. Look at this video posted by Fox Firepower on September 28, 2017. She isn't giving us the whole truth. She is saying that this is in the test phase, which is a complete lie. This has been used for many years and has caused astronomical damage and destruction worldwide. She also says that you can't see the laser, that it's invisible. Then they show a picture with a colored laser in the video. Sorry, we are not ignorant to the hidden and plain sight deceptions. The elite like to brag on their achievements, but they don't give us all of the details and think that we are too stupid to connect the dots. If you can connect the dots, you are labeled a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist.
Lasers.
Okay, so I will link below to everything. Please, if you've not seen this video, then watch the entirety. It's only now 12 minutes. This crazy psychopathic nut job is talking about how excited she is about the weapons that our military is using with these lasers. And yes, you know, you watch that video and she is, well, providing the evidence. How many cars have we seen stripped of their paint, this is a laser causing this car to go on fire instantly. You think about microwaves. How do they work? They cook the food from the inside out. Here's more evidence in this video. So, yeah, I hate that nothing changes. It frustrates the hell out of me. Nothing changing for the better. Everything just going. I don't like evil winning. I just don't. I'm sorry. All links are below. Stay safe, everybody.